Welcome to Cougar Field here in Chatham, New Jersey, as Muggs Media and Nielsen Dodge present the high school boys lacrosse game of the week semifinals of the North Jersey Group 2 state tournament, as top-seeded Chatham, which comes in with a record of 15-2 under their veteran coach Tony Calandra, hosts the fourth-seeded Vernon Vikings, led by their veteran coach Harry Shortway, as they come in with a record of 13-6. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Cleary. Again, I want to thank Nielsen Dodge for sponsoring this Morris County Boys Lacrosse game of the week. And this is going to be an interesting game on two levels. First, Vernon has never gotten this far. This is uncharted territory, and they have not seen the likes of Chatham. Will they step up and be competitive? That's the big question. The other question, does Chatham get caught up looking past the Vikings as they look to defend their Group 2 state title this year with a possible showdown with either Ramapo, who they beat in overtime last year, and Sparta, who they beat in the semifinals last year? That game would be on Saturday, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams react. I'll give you the starting lineup for the Vernon Vikings in the visiting blue. On the attack, number 25, Jet Sedlock, 43 goals, 26 assists. Cole Jenigan, number 30, he has 60 goals. And also on the attack is Patrick Graham, number 23, he has 31 goals. The midfielders offensively, Brandon Lewis, number 11, he has 27 goals. He tied the game against Riverdale to get them to the quarterfinals with a goal with 11 seconds to go before Sedlock scored the game winner. Zach Bianco, the talented sophomore, number 35, with 22 goals and 33 assists. And Dylan Scheidel, number 8. The defensive middies, Chris Ass, number 3. Brian Moran, 34, is the long pole. Jeff Ramirez, 24. And Tommy Dombrowski, number 40. The long poles on defense, Kevin Parisi, 13. Mike Walker, 6. Matt Machado, 27. Mike Alvarez is a goal, number 42. And the face-off man is Tommy Brennan, number 51. So this Vernon team was able to beat Riverdale in overtime and then knocked off Jefferson for the second time this year. They defeated the Falcons last Friday, 14-4. Cole Jenigan with 5 goals, Patrick Graham with 4 goals, and Brenda Lewis with 4 assists. So as we said, first time Vernon's ever gotten this far, and they will see one of the best teams in the state of New Jersey by far in the Chatham Cougars, as we said, 15-2, defending Group 2 champs, number 3 in the NJ.com, top 20, just a tremendous team. They won the Group 2 title last year, and clicking on all cylinders. Their only loss, 2 losses to Del Barton in the regular season during the Fitch Pit, and in the Morris County final, a game where they had a lead, but the Green Wave came back and beat them 10-8. We'll give you their starting lineup. On the attack, number 4, Mac Bradle, 39 goals, 42 assists. He's committed to Villanova. Number 22, Connor Burr, 24 goals, 28 assists. Number 31, Frank Canello, 28 goals. The middies, number 9, Christopher Francesco, 16 goals. He had a great game in the Morris County final, leading the Chatham Cougars. And number 27, Thomas Berger. Number 21, Ryan Decker. The long poles, number 10, Jeff O'Malley. Number 12, Kyle Kalaji. Number 6, Chris Conlon. Those 3 have been terrific all year. And in goal, Ryan Ness. Starter on the long stick middies, number 27, Pat Cosgrove. And Will Hostbein is the Fogo for the Cougars. So as we said, will the Vernon Vikings step up and be competitive with this great Chatham team? Or will Chatham just come to work, do what they need to do, advance, and look to defend their section and group title? We'll find out when we have the opening face-off right after these messages here on MuggsMedia.com on the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week.
Spring clearance event.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here in Chatham, New Jersey, as Nielsen Dodge and Muggs Media present the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. It's North Jersey Group 2 semifinals, top-seeded Chatham against fourth-seeded Vernon. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Cleary. Thanks for joining us. At Face-Off X in the home white is Will Hostbein, and in the visiting blue, number 51, Tommy Brennan from Vernon. So we're about ready to get underway, and obviously this has got to be huge for Vernon because they do not want this potent Chatham team to get possession, and that's exactly what's going to happen as Hosbein will scoop it up. Chatham will get their personnel on the field, and we are underway here in Chatham.
Come on, Chatham, right away now, boys.
Timmy Adams had that ground ball. He sent it back. Adams coming off a very good football season. Terrific athlete here at Chatham. Chatham fans will remember a couple years back in football, he filled in quarterback when their starter went down. He did a tremendous job, so terrific athlete. So Chatham will go to work. As we said, their only losses, no shame in them, to Delbarton in the regular season of the Fitch Pit, which they shared because Chatham was able to beat Seton Hall Prep, where Seton Hall Prep upset Delbarton. Shot and a save. First shot taken in the game by Chatham, and that's Ryan Decker with the rocket. Mike Alvarez with the save. Vernon trying to clear. Nice ride there by the Cougars. That's Mac Bradle, who will be going to Villanova in 2 years, just a junior. Ground ball scooped up by Pat Cosgrove. They'll send it back to the keeper as they'll go to work. Bradle coming off a great basketball season as Chatham won another Morris County title. Todd Irvin does a tremendous job with the boys hoops program here. So Chatham with the ball, second possession. Bradle has it. Takes the shot, goes wide. Ground ball, who's going to get to it? And Chatham will come up with it, extend the possession. As they'll go to work, Connor Bird. Looking, and he'll bring it back up top. So a little set. Francesco has it. As we said, he had a huge game in the Morris County final in the loss to Delbarton. Tries to make the dodge, dumps it off. Hands free, shot, goal, Thomas Berger. So Chatham takes the early 1-0 lead. Thomas Berger gets his hands free, and he sends in the rip. And it's 1-0 with 9:46 to go here in the first quarter. So Chatham, as we figured they would do, would come out, be very businesslike. And when you have games where you're the decided favorite, you just got to take care of yourself. You don't have to worry about what the other team does. If you do what you do, you're going to move on to the section final once again. So it'll be Brendan and Hosbein at the face-off X as Chatham draws first blood here in the sectional semifinal. Chatham won the opening face-off. They have a 1-0 advantage. And another nice job by Will Hosbein, getting another win for the Cougars. They'll go to work. So they have the 1-0 lead thanks to the goal from Thomas Berger. Chatham will get their personnel on the field. This is Bradle. He makes his team go. 39 goals, 42 assists. He has that point guard mentality, which he plays in the wintertime. Him and Jack Rooney, two of the best backcourt tandem in the county. Maybe the best. Bradle waits. Vernon playing their zone defense. Harry Shortway, the master of different zone looks. And getting a step, dumping it off. Berger gets his hands free, and that goes off the pipe. Unfortunate there for him. But Harry has 11 different types of zone defense he can throw at you. But if you move the ball and force the slide like Chatham has, you can break down that zone. Bradle will have it. Makes the dodge, comes around, wraparound shot, goal. So Mac Bradle with the goal. And he will give the Cougars a 2-0 lead with 8:34 to go here in the first quarter. And that'll give him an even 40 goals on the season. So although there's 8:34 to go in the first quarter, this is a dangerous time now if you're Vernon. You don't want the floodgates to open. And Chatham could salt this one away, believe it or not, in the first quarter if they continue to win the faceoffs and tack on to this lead. Because Vernon already knows they have an uphill battle going against one of the top teams in the state of New Jersey, one of the favorites to get to that TOC final this year. I'm sure this Cougar team would love another shot at Del Barton. Another face-off. Brian Moran in there for Vernon, as well as Timmy Adams. Ball's still loose. Vernon gets their first possession, do they? Or is there infraction? Infraction against Vernon. Chatham gets it. No, are they switching it? No, it will be Chatham ball. So 3 face-offs, 3 wins for the Cougars. And they'll bring it up. Cosgrove gets rid of it. And Chatham will go to work. They'll get their offensive personnel on the field. And I'm sure Coach Tony Calandra is going to play a lot of players today if he has the opportunity. He wants to be fresh and healthy for the final if they get through today. That game will be on Saturday against either Ramapo or Sparta, who play tomorrow. That should be a good game. Sparta playing much better after getting off to a slow start. You remember last year, as we mentioned, Chatham had to go to double overtime to beat Ramapo to win the section championship. Nate Carson with the goal. That was a real good team last year. Matt Nessler was the goalie. Shot doesn't get through. Bounces back at X to Bradle. Makes the dodge. Still has it. Swings it up top. Hands free. Shot wide. Francanello. Nessler was terrific in goal last year. Nate Carson. Also Matt Coleman. Austin Pierce. But this Chatham team, they don't rebuild. They reload. And we'll have our first flag of the game. That goal will not count. So we'll have a man up with 7:12 to go, 30-second technical. Now we push with possession on Vernon, so Chatham will be a man up for the first time. We'll see how each team's special teams do here. It'll be 30 seconds. We'll see if Chatham even does take a shot. They do right away. Francesco from long distance with the goal. So Christopher Francesco from way out. 3-0 man-up goal. That gives him 17 on the season with 7:07 to go here in the first quarter. And this is what Coach Tony Calandra wanted. He wanted this team to come out, dominate at face-off X, go to business, be very businesslike, and just methodically take control of this game, and that's exactly what the Cougars are doing. So we'll head back to face-off X again. Hostbine is 3-0 against Tommy Bredin. Adams and Machado on the wings to the near side. Far side, Cosgrove and Moran whistle. And Vernon will get their first possession here in the first quarter. And they will go to work. This is Brian Moran, the long pole. He'll dump it off, and Vernon will get their offensive personnel on the field. So it took almost half the quarter, but Vernon finally has the ball. Keep an eye on number 30, Cole Jenikin. I'm sure the Cougars know what he can do. And then there's an unforced error, and that's exactly what Vernon cannot do against this team. Timmy Adams in the transition, unsettled, doorstep shot, goal, Francanello. So it did not take the Cougars very long to take advantage of the unforced errors. They go 4-0, and Nello with the goal, and he's got 29 on the season. Timmy Adams started it in the unsettled, great passing, and Anello puts it in the back of the net. 4-0 our score. So great start for Chatham here on the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. So Vernon had possession for less than 30 seconds before they turned it over. And Vernon will get it nicely done there. That's Chris Ast. He scoops up the ground ball, so Vernon will get their second possession as they win the faceoff. This is Jenikin. Kyle Kalaji on him, the big guy. I'm sure he's going to keep an eye on Jenikin, who has 60 goals. Big size difference. Kalaji, a big kid. He's on the hoops team here at Chatham, as he's in front of the keeper, Ryan Ness. Back up to Dylan Scheidel, swings it over to Jenikin. This is the sophomore, very good athlete, Biango, Zach Biango. Very good football player as well for the Vikings. This is Biango. Dumps it off to Jenikin. Jenikin's pretty good from about 15 in. There's a shot by Lewis, no backup. And another mental error for the Vikings as they take a shot with no backup at X. And that'll be the Chatham possession. They'll bring it up. 5.5 to go first quarter. And they have the 4-0 lead. Adams again brings it up. And Chatham will go to work offensively. Max Schelling, number 20, has checked in. Ball movement the key to break down a zone, making that Vernon defense slide, and the Cougars have been able to do that and have gotten some fairly easy shots off because of their good ball movement as we have 4:52 to go here in the opening quarter. They work it back up top. They swing it over to Schelling. Starts, makes the face dodge, still has it. Good defense and recovery there by Chris Ass, the defensive short stick. Back to X. Bradel, shot to the side. I think Alvarez got a piece of that. On the doorstep, shot, goal. Beautifully done. Wait, let's see. Yes, it is a goal. Ryan Chase to Connor Boyd. And 5-0 our score. 4:21 to go first quarter. Connor Bird with the goal, 25th of the year. Terrific assist from Ryan Chase. So we'll head back to face-off X. Vernon's won the last two, but unable to get anything going. They turned over the ball and then had a shot with no backup. So they haven't really tested Ryan Ness at all today. Chatham got to this game by beating number 8 Voorhees 14-4. And another win for the Cougars, scooping that up, Max Schelling. So 4 minutes to go, opening quarter. And it's been all Chatham. Back up top. Ryan Decker with the dodge. Gets the turn. Hanging with him, doing a pretty good job defensively, is Ramirez from Vernon. This is Francesco. See if he loads up. He had a shot from the perimeter. And there's Bradel doing his work at X. Low shot saved by Alvarez. So a much needed stop for Vernon to keep it 5-0, but the ride by the Cougars, will that force a turnover? Who's going to get the ground ball? Vernon scoops it up. It's Cole Jenikin as they get their third possession with just under 3 minutes to go. And again, you can't see Harry Shortway, the Vernon coach, on camera right now, but he just had his hands to his head, just the frustration that Vernon's not even been able to get a shot off. They've been shooting themselves in the foot. So Chatham goes back to work again with 2:48 to go in the opening period. Here are the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Bradel at X. Makes the dodge. Thinks about it. Goes to the bounce, no good, but on the backup is Francanello. Chatham keeps the possession. They'll reset. Francesco with the left takes the shot and he scores. So he picks up his second goal and 18th of the season. And it's now 6-0 Chatham with 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. So tough sledding for the Vikings, but this is not unexpected, folks. This is a level of play Vernon does not see in the Curcio division. That's not a shot at those teams. They're just not at this level. So 4-2 Chatham with the lead in faceoffs. Hostbein and Brennan will go at it. Timmy Adams again off the wing, scoops it up for win number 5. And Coach Tony Clarender is going to call a timeout with 2:06 to go, as looks like they might be pushed out on the far sideline, so he'll set up a play here in the final 2 minutes. We're going to step aside, folks. We'll be back with more of the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week.
Spring clearance event.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here in Chatham, New Jersey, as Nielsen Dodge and Muggs Media present the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week here on MuggsMedia.com. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Cleary. Semifinals of the North Jersey Group 2 section tournament, and it's been all top-seeded Chatham with a 6-0 lead over number 4 Vernon. Chatham coach Tony Clarender calling a timeout as Vernon almost pushed the ball carrier out, so he'll set up something here. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Bradel sends it back to Anello. So Bradel not back at X. We'll see if he gets back there. That's where he does his damage, getting this team going. But Anello back there now. Back up top. Ryan Decker draws the slide, sends it back. Terrific ball movement here. Back to Bradel, he gets to X. Waiting with the fake, and he dumps it in, and that's a goal and a flag. Let's see. Goal counts. As Bradel picks up his second. And we'll see what the call is. Is it after the goal, before the goal? We're going to get the call from the official. Going to be a 1 minute unnecessary on Vernon. So it'll be a second man up opportunity, for Chatham. They'll take a face-off, though. But Chatham will be a man up for a minute. As they're checking the clock here. Looked like they were checking the clock. 1:26 showing. That sounds like it is the right time. So a man up for the Cougars. As Mac Bradel with his 41st goal of the season. Kittatinny was a man, the Cougars from Chatham were up a man earlier in the quarter, 30 seconds, and they scored. Christopher Francesco. Brennan all by himself for Vernon, getting no help. And Chatham's going to win it. Timmy Adams lets it roll back to the keeper. So Chatham will go to work. They'll be a man up until there's about 11, 12 seconds left in this first quarter. They have the 7-0 lead. They'll swing it over to the side, back to X. On the doorstep save, Alvarez That'll bounce to Thomas Berger. He scored the first goal of the season, of the game, excuse me. And Bradle just rips it home. Gives him the hat trick here in the first quarter with 43 seconds to go and 42 goals on the season. So Chatham well on its way right here in this North Jersey Group 2 section semifinal. Again, as we said, they'll play the winner of Ramapo and Sparta, which should be a good one. Sparta playing much better, evening up their record at 9-9. First season in the Fitch Pit. They opened the season, Sparta, with a 14-1 loss to Chatham. So we'll head back to face-off X. That's second man up goal. And right off the face-off, Hostbein has it. And he'll get it to Schelling. 30 seconds to go. Brado, great look. Anello shot save Alvarez, who's there first.
Right, one more step, right?
As 22 seconds to go, Chatham plenty of time to get off a final shot as they have the 8-0 lead. Defending Group 2 champs putting on a clinic. Shot goes wide on the rip. That's Connor Bird. 7 seconds to go. Bradle dumps it on the doorstep. Doesn't get through. 2 seconds to go. And Vernon will run out the clock. So 1 quarter in the books here at Cougar Field. North Jersey Group 2 section semifinals. And it's the Chatham Cougars 8. The Vernon Vikings 0. Will be back with second quarter action here on the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week.
Spring clearance event.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here in Chatham as Nielsen Dodge and Muggs Media present the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Section semifinals, North Jersey Group 2. Top-seeded Chatham dominating with an 8-0 lead over number 4 Vernon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Cleary. Again, want to thank Nielsen Dodge for sponsoring the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. As Mac Bradle has led the way with 3 goals and Christopher Francisco with 2. And Will Hostbein wins another faceoff, and he takes a rip. That'll be high. But we'll stay here with Chatham on the backup. They keep the possession. Vernon has not tested Chatham goalie Ryan Ness at all. They've turned over the ball a couple times, took a shot with no backup. So Vernon's been on their heels defensively the first 12 minutes of this one. This is Berger who got the scoring going, sends it back. Up top, Francesco shot wide. Stay here. That's Grant Webster on the backup. So with the 8-0 lead, I'm sure Coach Calandra is going to get a lot of kids into this game, which is smart when you're playing for a section title on Saturday, and they have bigger fish to fry. They want to get that state title and TOC title. Good job by Francesco to shield off the Vernon player. This is Ryan Decker. He dumps it back to X to Mac Bradle. Back to Bradle. Shot saved by Alvarez. Goes back to him. I got to ask Mac, why doesn't he have his buddy Graham Lamont of 6'8", 300 pounds, get him on the lacrosse field? He doesn't have to play defense. Just put him in the crease and just feed him the ball. We'll have a turnover. Tommy Dombrowski comes out for Vernon, number 40. And Chatham will go back to work with the 8-0 lead. Good defense by the Vikings. That was Mike Walker. Will it stay in? It does not. So Vernon will get the ball back. So a better start to the second quarter for the Vikings, although they are down 8-0. Get it back to the keeper. And again, a little bit of a ride by the Cougars. This is Parisi. Good job by Pat Cosgrove to keep an eye on him. Ball comes loose. Brian Moran, the long pole, will scoop it up. Timmy Adams on him. So Vernon looking to put together a good possession. They have yet to do that. As Biengo, the talented sophomore, comes in, he gets it to Jenikin. As we said, Kyle Kalaji keeping an eye on Jenikin in his 60 goals. This is Brandon Lewis back over to Jenikin. Dylan Scheidel comes in, and he'll get the ball. 9.5 to go second quarter. So this is the longest Vernon's had the ball in any of its possessions. Jenikin with the rip goes wide. Vernon on the backup. Lewis is there. Jack Rooney, as we mentioned before, terrific basketball backcourt mate of Mac Bradle back there on defense. Rooney getting his 1,000th point this past season. And he's all over Lewis. All over Lewis, who had to get rid of it. Jenikin sets the screen. Lewis sets the screen for Jenikin. He swings it back up top. Vernon kind of spreading it out right now. Taking some time off the clock. Lewis looks to feed it to Scheidel. Shot and a goal for the Vikings. Dylan Scheidel. So Scheidel gets the goal off the nice feed with 8:43 to go here in the second quarter. And Vernon's on the scoreboard. They trail 8-1. So a good long possession is what Vernon needed, and they got that and a goal. But again, if there's any possibility of any sort of comeback here, it starts right here at X, where Chatham has a 6-2 advantage. Who's going to get to the ground ball? And it will be Chatham. Again, Timmy Adams has been a ground ball machine today. 7th win at the faceoff for the Cougars. So they'll go to work. 8-1. They have the lead after Vernon got their first goal from Dylan Scheidel. Grant Webster at X swings it over to Mac Bradle. Chatham swings it around. Webster over to Schelling. Work it around that Vernon zone. Vernon kind of sagging back in the zone, allowing Chatham to get a running start here. They'll dump it off. Great look. Bradle, goal. Terrific look from Mac Schelling as Mac Bradle gets his 4th goal. So he has 4 on the game and 43 on the season. 7:50 to go. And that's just a terrific job by Schelling, drawing the defense and then dropping it off, making them come out of that zone. We'll head back to face-off X once again. Lead back up to 8 for the Cougars. Moran and Joe Murata on the near wings. Will Hostbein says, I'll take it myself. Get another win. Number 8. And Chatham again will go to work. Bradle looking. Dumps it off. Hands free. Shot. Goal. Connor Bird. So Bird picks up his second goal. The lead goes to 10-1. Bird now has 26 goals on the season. And Vernon coach Harry Shortway is going to take a timeout. We're going to take a break as well. We'll be back with more of the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week right after this.
Spring clearance event.
And we're back here at Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey, as Nielsen Dodge and Muggs Media present the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. It's been all Chatham with a 10-1 lead over Vernon here in the North Group 2 section semifinals. The winner will go on to play the winner of Sparta and Ramapo in the section final. Chatham is the defending champs and also the defending Group 2 champs. So battle for the ground ball, and Vernon will pick it up as they will start the possession. And Moran tries to get to it, goes through, it rolls to the keeper, and just like that, Chatham will get it back. Vernon's going to put on a little bit of a ride here. Patrick Cosgrove gets it up. No problems here for the Cougars. And they'll go to work again. Anello with the shot off the pipe. And that'll be scooped up by Ramirez. But the ball pops loose. Chatham has it. And guess who? Mac Bradle. As we have 6:40 in running here in the second quarter. Chatham with the 10-1 lead. Last year when Chatham won the state title, it was their third title in 5 years. Coach Calandra coming over here from A.L. Johnson High School, where he was a tremendous athlete and did a great job with that program there. He played lacrosse at Kane. And Chatham was established as one of the top programs around when he got here. And he kept it going. Great job by him. And the patience shown here by Chatham. They'll work that ball around the zone, then they'll get into their set play as we're under 6 minutes to go. They like to draw and dish in this situation. They'll draw the slide and they'll find someone on the crease. And so far that has been a recipe for success for the Cougars, especially with Bradle back there running the show at X. Gavalakis is checked in. Evan, number 1, he has it. Makes the dodge. Dumps it back to X. Feeds the crease, pops through. They were looking for Connor Bird. And boy, can Mac Bradle thread the needle or what? Ramirez wins the ground ball for the Vikings, Jeff Ramirez, but it's taken right away. Open net, but they'll go high. Vernon will get it. Brian Moran trying to dump it off to Dombrowski. Parisi's there with Gavalakis, and he'll get the ground ball. Chris Conlon, the big guy, brings it up. And Chatham with 4:45 to go. And we'll have an offsides. So Vernon will get the ball back. Vikings trail by 9, 10-1. 4:35 and running here in the second quarter. And we'll have a flag. That'll be our third flag. And it will be on Chatham, so Vernon will be in the man up for the first time today. 30-second technical. And it'll be an offsides. Bradle drifted a little too far up, so Vernon will get it. So their first opportunity, they'll be up 30 seconds. Again, if you're Vernon, you don't have to take a shot here. You want a good long possession. If nothing presents itself in the 30, just keep the possession. Be smart with the ball. Scheidel swings it on over. Back to Scheidel. He takes the shot. And that went off the side, hit the pipe. Stay here. Vernon on the possession. Bianco goes back to get it. Scheidel swings it over to Bianco. Back to Scheidel. Brandon Lewis. Jenikin, this is his shot, and a nice save by Ness. Ball pops loose, but Chatham keeps it. And again, the man that's been the ground ball machine today, Timmy Adams, gets it. This is a complete Chatham team. No weaknesses at all. Well coached, disciplined. And they just pick you apart. Hands free, shot save, Alvarez. Ryan Decker looking for the goal. And Vernon cannot allow these Chatham guys to get that wide open. Sedlock will scoop it up. Jeff, good size. He's at about 6'3", played center for Matt Ferguson during hoop season. For Vernon, it's all about pride and hustle right now. Scheidel trying to get the turn. Good slide coming over by Jeff O'Malley. Bianco trying to shake the defender. Ryan Decker having none of it, so Vernon will reset. 2:40 to go. This is Sedlock. Rooney on him. Sedlock backing his way in like he does in hoops. Rooney, like he does in hoops, using great footwork to keep Sedlock away. They'll work it over to Jenikin. Up top, dangerous pass for Patrick Graham. And that will come loose. And a good ground ball win by Chris Conlon as he works it out to Kyle Kalaji as he rings it up. Unsettled. On the doorstep, shot, goal, beautifully done. Connor Bird with his third goal. So he'll push the lead to 11-1 with exactly 2 minutes to go. Bird with 3 goals gives him 27 on the season. We'll head back to face-off X. When you look at the face-off and you're in Morris County, you just think of Trevor Baptiste, who's the #1 face-off man in the nation at Denver. And he plied his trade at Morristown Beard. And he's just having a phenomenal season for the Pioneers, who knocked off Notre Dame the other day. And he's a finalist for the Player of the Year award in NCAA Division I lacrosse. And it just shows how dominant he's been, that he's basically a Fogo and almost goes in. That almost an own goal there. A little dangerous. But just shows what Baptiste has done and revolutionized the position. So 1:50 to go. Vernon gets it off the Chatham turnover, one of the few mistakes the Cougars have made today. Scheidel, he has the goal. Timmy Adams on him. Pulls it back out. This is Jenikin. Bianco trying to make the move. Dumps it inside. Shot and a goal, Lewis. So Brendan Lewis with the goal. Makes it a 11-2 game, a 9-goal game with 1:29 to go. Lewis now has 28 goals on the season. So good job by the Vikings. As we said, it's a matter of pride now. And I'm sure one of the goals for this Vernon team is not to have running clock. Goal differential of 12 in the second half. constitutes a running clock. They're down by 9, 1:29 to go. But it's been all Chatham, and another win for Vernon. They're fourth, but taken right away. Conlon picks the pocket. He brings it up. In the transition, Timmy Adams dumps it off. Will Hostbein. And a great save by Alvarez. Connor Burr looking for his fourth goal. 1:11 to go. And Francanello will start the Chatham attack. So dangerous. Again, Vernon sagging back in that zone. It's pick your poison. If you challenge these Cougars, they'll make a nice dodge and go right to the goal and dump it off. If you sag in, they're good from the perimeter. So now a little pressure here from Moran. This allows Chatham to get into it. Francesco with a great left. He's going to dump it off. He's got a rocket. Bradle up top. He's looking for Berger. Anello going to hustle over. He'll get there first. Chris Ass mixing it up in there for the Vikings, but Chatham come out with it 25 seconds to go. Anello will send it back. Plenty of time for Chatham. But Bradle just threads that needle. Impressive. Dumps it off, shot, goal, and that's Thomas Berger from Bradle. So Berger gets his second goal. 12-2 our score with 7 seconds left. And Thomas Berger with 2 goals on the day gives the Chatham Cougars a 10-goal lead. 7 seconds to go. And if you're Vernon, you don't want to be on your heels here because 7 seconds, Hostbein wins this clean. He's got those snipers waiting for him up top, and Bradle and Anello and Connor Bird. So Vernon, this is a big face-off, believe it or not, even with the score at 12-2. You don't want to give up a goal with 7 seconds to go. And clock is going to probably run out, and a long shot doesn't get through. So the first half is in the books here at Cougar Field. North Jersey Group 2 section semifinals, and it's all top-seeded Chatham with a 12-2 lead over number 4 Vernon. And we'll have third quarter action here in the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week right after this.
Spring clearance event.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here in Chatham, New Jersey, as Muggs Media and Nielsen Dodge present the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. About ready to start the third quarter. I'm Dan Cleary. North Jersey Group 2 section semifinals. Top-seeded Chatham with a 10-goal lead, 12-2 over number 4 Vernon. The winner of this game will play the winner of Ramapo and Sparta, and another face-off win for Chatham. If Chatham holds on to this lead, and there's no reason why we don't think they will host the winner of that game Saturday here at Cougar Field. So we're underway. Mac Bradle leading the way with 4 goals. Connor Bird with 3. Thomas Berger with 2. Vernon getting goals from Dylan Scheidel and Brandon Lewis. So just like the first half and first quarter, Chatham gets the ball off the faceoff. They will go to work with the 10-goal lead against Vernon. And I would believe that once they get it to a possible running clock with the 12-goal lead, you'll see Chatham empty the bench a little bit. Bradle, another great look, shot high by Francesco. He has 2 goals today as well. Stay here with Chatham on the backup. Hands free, shot wide. Connor Bird, and Again, Vernon cannot leave these sharpshooters alone like that. Bird had all sorts of time to load up. But Chatham doing a great job finding the gaps in the zone. This is Bradle. Austin Krizak, number 39, has come in for the Vikings. Bradle, shot, goal. So Mack now has 5 goals. 44 on the year. And the lead is now 13-2 with 10:39 to go. So Mac Bradle with 5 goals on the year. So one more goal and we'll have running time. As Mac Bradle continues his dominance. And dominance being shown at the face-off vect by Will Hosbein as he is 9-4 advantage. And he's going to make it 10. And dumps it off to Bradle. His hands are free, and that is a rocket that nothing Mike Alvarez could do about. So Mac Bradle, 10:31 to go. He'll get his 6th goal, and after the whistle blows on the faceoff, we will have running clock. So Chatham doing exactly what they needed to do. They came out here, took care of business, at no point gave Vernon any indication that they were going to allow them to be in the game. And that's what the great teams do. And they're doing it, nothing flashy. They're not being unsportsmanlike by scoring these goals. They're just doing what they have to do. And that is why they're one of the favorites to win not only this section, but the group title again, and their ultimate goal to win the TOC. So Timmy Adams gets another ground ball. And another face-off win for the Cougars. Again, with the running clock, I think we'll see some new faces. Coach Calandra telling the team to slow down, get the personnel out there, and run the balls, spread it around, run some clock. Now, if you're Vernon, you got to show that pride and keep battling despite the deficit. This is Decker. Again, Chatham showing patience with the big lead and the running clock. I don't think, unless it's a open layup, you're not going to see Chatham try to take any chances here. They have the lead. They don't want to rub it in. Vernon trying to force a turnover. And they'll try to get it back. Who gets the ground ball? And scooping up the ground ball, Mike Walker. He gets it back to Alvarez. He looks to clear. So broken up. The big guy in the middle, Christopher Francesco, still battling for that ground ball. And it goes to Ramirez from Vernon. He's a defensive short stick, so he'll come off. Vernon get their personnel on with 8:35 to go. This is Chris Ast. Good defense by Decker. Back up top to Scheidel. On the doorstep, Lewis broken up. Good defense. Kyle Kalaji again, the long pole back there, using that size and skill, breaking up the pass on the crease, and Chatham will bring it up. As we said, Chatham's only losses to Del Barton. They shared the Fitch Pit with Del Barton, even though they lost to the Green Wave. Timmy Adams with the shot. Del Barton lost to Seton Hall Prep. So they shared the division with one loss. So great job by Chatham to win that division. You win that division or get a piece of it with the Hammers in there, you're playing tremendous lacrosse. Gavalakis has it. 7:28 to go. Trying to read that was Ramirez and kept here by Max Schelling. And it'd be interesting if Sparta's able to beat Ramapo and play Chatham. It'd be, I believe, the 5th year in a row, the two programs, and there's a shot and a goal by Bradle, the two programs that played in the state tournament. Each year, Sparta's gotten closer, but they have not solved the Cougars. And the last 2 years, Sparta was the home team. So Bradle gets his 7th goal, 46 on the year. And we'll head back to face-off X with the clock running. And Mac comes to the sidelines. I don't know how much we'll see of him from here on out. 7 goals, pretty decent day's work for the junior who will be playing at Villanova. A lot of outstanding Morris County players down at Villanova, including former Mount Lake star Christian Cuccinello, Del Barton star TJ Camizio. And Vernon wins it, but bounces right to the stick for Chatham and on the run. And a great job of bringing it up by Chris Conlon. Ball comes loose, and it stays in. And did Webster step out? Yes, he did. Grant Webster. Vernon has it on the far sideline. They'll dump it off looking for Jenikin. And again, against a team in the Curcio division, you really can't get away with that. A team like Chatham, it's almost, you're writing your death sentence as far as winning or losing the game. Vernon keeps the possession, though. But this is what Coach Harry Shortway from Vernon wanted to see. He wants his kids to see this level of lacrosse, and they have seen up close and personal what it is to be one of the best teams in the state of New Jersey. Bianco swings it over. Scheidel tries to get a step. Good defense there by Jack Rooney. Rooney all over Scheidel. 2 short sticks going at it. Patrick Graham with the ball. Patrick Graham, one of the top scorers in the state of New Jersey in ice hockey. He helped Vernon win the Haas division. Just a junior. Has a great future ahead of him in both sports. We're going to have a flag. That's only our 4th one. Chatham, 2 man-up situations, 2 goals. Vernon did not score in their man-up. And we'll have a push with possession on Timmy Adams, a 30-second technical. As Vernon will try to get on the scoreboard, they trail by 13 as the clock continues to run. Under 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. So the Vikings right now playing for pride. And if you don't play hard, Harry Shortway is going to sit you right on the bench. And these Vikings know that, especially the juniors. They have something to play for next year. The seniors, you want to play with pride, it's your final game. Another turnover. And if you play hard, that's fine if you lose. You can deal with that because you're playing a superior team. But if you're not giving the effort, that's where Coach Shortway is going to be upset. So Chatham again unsettled and trying to go behind the back was Cosgrove. But that goes wide. Alvarez is there. 3 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. They get it to Moran. A little bit of a ride here by the Cougars. Brian Moran brings it up. He's had a great career for Vernon in his final game. 3-year starter. All-division player. This Vernon team shared the Curcio division with Lakeland, and last year won the Pooley. And Coach Harry Shoreway telling me prior to the game, Vernon will be back in the Riz division, with the likes of Pope John, Randolph, Roxbury, who won that division, Morris Knowles. Biango dumps it off on the goal, and it's Jeff Sedlock, the senior, with a goal. So Sedlock gets a goal, makes it 15-3. Clock will continue the run. It's now a 12-goal deficit. And that'll give Sedlock, the big guy, 44 goals on the year after playing long pole. He's another 3-year starter for Coach Harry Shortway. He was one of their top defenders last year, and in order to shake things up top, to use his big frame and talent, he moved Sedlock to the attack on the crease, and it paid off with 44 goals, especially the biggest goal of his career, the game winner in overtime. They beat Riverdale in the first round of states. They beat Riverdale 13-12. Again, Will Holstein continuing his day at the office. That's 12 wins for him. As we're approaching a minute to go here in the third quarter. What a year for Chatham. They're going to move to 16-2. Last year, 19-7, and some of those losses from last year turned into wins this year, including Seton Hall Prep. Ball loose, battle for the ground ball, both teams each hustling, and Francesco's going to get to it, and he's going to take it upfield, 40 seconds to go. See if he takes a rip. He's going to swing it over to Webster. Webster drifts back out with Walker on him. And see if they hold for one. Decker gets a step, takes a shot, will stay here. As the clock continues to run, even though the ball went out of bounds, 12 seconds. This is Webster. Pops out of his stick. Good defense by Matthew Machado. Krizak's going to get to the ball, and the third quarter is going to come to an end here at Cougar Field with Chatham holding the 15-3 lead over Vernon. We'll have the fourth quarter of the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week right after these messages here on MuggsMedia.com.
Spring clearance event.
Back here at Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey for the Nielsen Dodge Muggs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Fourth quarter action on Dan Cleary. All Chatham, the top seed. No surprise there with a 15-3 lead over Vernon, the number 4 seed. North Jersey Group 2 section semifinals. And it all starts here, and it's Will Hostbein with his 13th win. Shot and a goal, and that's Anello. So as I said, if it's an open shot, easy layup, no reason not to take the shot. That's not running up or unsportsmanlike. That's Vernon's got to do a better job of getting back there. So Anello with multiple goals today. That gives him, according to my statistics, an even 30 on the season. So lead 16-3. Now, joking with Coach Tony Calandra before the game, he's like, oh, you came down here because the last few years we've always done the Sparta Chatham game, And Sparta always had the higher seed, so he was happy to see us make the trip down here. And they have a well-earned number 1 seed, folks. There's no question about that. So final 12 minutes of the season for Vernon. Chatham will go on to the section final. And they'll work it around. This is Cole Kraus. He's checked in. A lot of different numbers in there now. Cade Kraus, 29, is in there. Schelling back in. Ryan Chase back in there, number 18. And we're going to see a lot of this here for the next 11 minutes or 10 minutes or so. Run the clock, work it around, and if someone's open by the crease, take the shot. And here's that shot, goes through. Chris Ass battling for the ground ball, and Webster's going to come up with it. So Chatham keeps the possession. Other teams in Morris County still alive at the time of this taping, and North Jersey 1 shot and a goal, and that is Gavalakis. That makes it 17-3 as he gets in the scorebook. But at time of the speaking, North Jersey Group 1, Mountain Lake still alive. Del Barton, obviously, in North Non-Public A. Morristown Beard in North Non-Public B. And this is the one that gets me, folks. Madison, New Jersey is literally 5-10 miles, if that, here from Chatham. They're in South Jersey Group 2. I know there's not a lot of the same amount of lacrosse teams as other sports, but how is Madison, New Jersey in South Jersey? I got to buy those guys a map down there at Robbinsville. Last year they were in Group 1 and were actually in Group 2 and lost to Chatham. There's a ball that comes tricky in. Coming in to play goal now for the Vikings is sophomore John Doyle, JT. He is the heir apparent. Parisi shot, save, and we have a new goalie in for Chatham, Jack O'Neill. In the transition, shot, goal, Cade Kraus. Kraus will make it 18-3 with under 8 minutes to go. But those are the teams that are still alive. Last year was such a great year, as it always is for Morris County Lacrosse. Mountain Lakes Group 1 champ and lost to Del Barton in the Tournament of Champions. Del Barton, the Public A champ. Chatham, the Group 2 champ. West Morris, the Group 3 champ. West Morris and Mendham both eliminated this past week, so there'll be no returning or defending Morris County champ in Group 3. But that just says so much about the level of competition and skill here in Morris County. So winning in the faceoff is Colin Hart. Now, if you're Vernon, you got to play hard, but don't be chippy. And obviously, with the big lead, normally if a team, the rule is if you're up by more than 5, you don't have to keep the ball in the box. And that ball will come loose. If you're up by less than 5, you have to keep the ball in the box. But that's a good rule because you don't want to have a team getting chippy because you're having everyone play tight. So Chatham gets it in the game. Pete McNiff, number 5. And number 7, Jack McLaughlin comes in. So Coach Calandra doing a great job getting everyone in the scorebook. Getting these guys state tournament time, which is always a good thing to keep the program building, get the young guys in. 6:20 and running here in the fourth quarter. Again, I want to thank Nielsen Dodge for sponsoring the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Check out all the games on Muggs Media's YouTube page. Last week we did a nice game, Morristown Mount Olive girls. Today we have Chatham Vernon, and as deep as these teams go, we'll follow them up until probably the state finals. But we'll have highlights on the Morris County Sports Beat, which you can see on mugsmedia.com. So the highlights and interviews after this game will be on the Morris County Sports Beat, which will be online by normally Friday, Saturday of the week. So again, check mugsmedia.com or go to our Facebook page, Mugs Media Facebook, for links to all of our programming. And if you're new to us, if you have a smartphone or Apple TV, you can link that up with the YouTube page and watch all of our programming on your TV. So Vernon will get the ball back, 5 minutes to go. And it'll roll right back to the Cougars. Cole Kraus. He has it. So a good learning experience for the Vikings. No one likes to lose. But the kids from Vernon, if they want to have aspirations to being one of the top programs around, they saw firsthand with their own eyes what it takes to be that kind of program that Chatham has become and has been over the years. As we're under 4:30 to go. Battle for the ground ball between Chris Ast and Jack McLaughlin. Ground ball scooped up by Pete McNiff. Chatham still has the ball, 4 minutes to go. Ball pops loose. Vernon gets it. This is Ramirez. Defensive short stick midi. He brings it up. Moran takes the rip, the senior. Stay here with the Vikings. Eric Van Houten, a senior, number 15, gets in for Vernon. So Coach Shortway making sure his seniors get in the final game of the year. Miles Savage, number 5, checks in. This is Jenikin. Kept out of the back of the net. He has 60 goals coming into this year. Tyler Noah also in the game, number 2. So good job by both coaches to get everyone in. Under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. So Chatham will get an opportunity to defend their section title, as we said all game, against either Sparta or Ramapo. And failure to advance there, they didn't get it in. You have to touch it up at least once, and then you don't have to stay in it. And Harry Shoreway is going to call a timeout with 2:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to step aside, folks. We'll be back with the final 2:29 of the Nielsen Dodge Mugs Media Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week.
Spring clearance event.
And we're back here at Chatham Cougar Field, right down the road from the high school. As Vernon has possession, 2:20 to go. Vikings going to try to put one in the back of the net before it's said and done, and they hit the pipe. Unlucky there, and another ground ball won by the Cougars from Chatham. That was Pierce Churchill that had the win. Vernon gets it back. This is Tommy Brennan, normally a face-off guy. He's going to get some time here on the attack. Spin, dodge, score. So Tommy Brennan gets Vernon back on the scoreboard as he gets the goal, the senior, and it makes it 18-4. Brennan has done a nice job all year at the Face-Off X, coming off a solid football season, playing guard and linebacker for the Vikings. As we have a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. So congratulations to Chatham. They're going to improve to 16-2 as they continue their journey looking to defend their Group 2 state title, but they got to win the section first, and that'll be against either Sparta or Ramapo. And that game will be here. Vernon will end the season 13-7, co-champs at Accurcio. A good season for them, as they will head back to the RIS division next year, according to Coach Shortway. So, they got an offsides, 30 seconds to go. And Chatham will just run this clock out. So again, Chatham will advance with an 18-4 victory. And I want to thank our cameraman, Jordan Catelli. Also want to thank Nielsen Dodge for sponsoring the Morris County Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Check out all of our programming on mugsmedia.com. And there's the horn. Congratulations to Chatham as they will go to the state sectional final with the 18-4 victory. That's going to wrap it up here from Cougar Field. I'm Dan Cleary. We'll see you again soon on mugsmedia.com.